Now available in paperback and Kindle, All About Marilyn. Learn all about the struggles of a faded former teen sitcom star in this absolutely fabulous 5-star screenplay. Get All About Marilyn in paperback and Kindle on Amazon.com today.
Better get the coleslaw, y'all, because we're having us a barbecue.
I had to take another look at the situation revolving around Big Sean and Jana Ako. Now, there's been a lot of controversy in the news regarding the situation around musicians Big Sean and Jana Ako, and the media is presenting a story saying that Jana Ako was done wrong by Big Sean for not wanting to marry her after having a 10-year relationship with her and looked to seal a commitment to her in marriage. However, what these media outlets are doing is omitting key facts of the story, and as they omitted key facts of the story, they don't really reveal what was going on behind the scenes. And as I look at that whole situation with Big Sean and Jana Ako, it basically proved a point that I made in a previous video about black men being doormats in the dating scene, and it looked like to me that Big Sean was looking like a doormat in the dating scene, that Jana Ako was basically wiping her feet and possibly her looking to wipe her backside on as she continued to get involved with him. That's what it looked like to me as related to the relationship between Big Sean and Jana Ako, because as I took a further critical look at this relationship, it really looked like to me that Big Sean was one of those black men who basically had some low self-esteem or wasn't really the sharpest knife or the brightest bulb on the tree and really didn't understand his value as a man. And because this guy didn't understand his value as a man, he basically got involved with Jana Ako and really didn't think about this woman's background and how it was not beneficial to him to get involved with this woman who had so many issues. No, he basically possibly got mesmerized by this woman's crystal brown eyes and her biracial skin, and as he got mesmerized and spellbound by the prospect of being able to get with a mixed race woman with Asian features, he wasn't really thinking critically about the woman who he was getting involved with and how that woman would factor into his life as a viable partner. No, he really wasn't thinking about that at all. No, he was basically like a lot of black men, just caught up in the attention he was receiving from this mixed race woman who was already married to another man, and that wasn't a red flag for him because he was basically again mesmerized by those crystal brown eyes and that biracial skin and those half Asian eyes, and as he was mesmerized by this woman, he really was not thinking critically that this woman basically already had character issues, already had serious character issues, because if this woman would be married and look to cheat with you, then that woman is going to cheat on you. But he wasn't really thinking about that. No, like many black men, he wasn't just sitting there thinking, hey, I'm gonna get one, but he didn't think about what he was getting. That's what was happening with Big Sean. Again, like many black men, just caught up in the idea of, again, a mixed race woman paying him some attention or some exotic woman paying him attention. And as he got caught up in this woman paying him attention, he really wasn't seeing what this woman's character was like. Again, if a woman will cheat with you, that woman has serious character issues and really shows you that she's already got one major issue that will basically destroy a relationship, and that is that she has an issue with loyalty. Because if a woman will go out here and be disloyal to another man to be with you, then she's gonna be disloyal with you sooner rather than later. Sooner rather than later, that woman is going to be disloyal to you because she's showing that she already has an issue with loyalty. She's already showing you she has no respect for her own relationship or the man that she's with, And if she has no respect for the relationship that she's with the man that she's with, then she's gonna have no respect for you in that relationship in the future. That's what Big Sean really wasn't thinking about as related to the woman he had gotten involved with. And as he got involved with this woman, she eventually decided that she was going to divorce her husband, and divorce her husband, I believe, looking to try to monkey branch to another man who she believed had more resources and more money, because what she was looking to do was, like many women in America want to do, is climb the ladder of, again, economic success by marrying up to different men. And what I believe that Jana Ako wanted to do was, again, hope that Big Sean would tie the knot so that she could go get a payday at the end of the day by filing for divorce. But Big Sean wasn't interested in marriage, and basically that foiled Jana Ako's plans, leaving her frustrated as related to things, because Jana Ako, basically, to me, again, this woman wasn't marriage material in the first place, because when I looked at Jana Ako's background, this woman basically looks like she likes to go out here and get with entertainers. I mean, she got with possibly, I think that was the brother of Omarion, as related to Wikipedia. She basically got with this guy Orion and had a child with that man in 2008, and was a single mother before she wound up marrying her first husband. I mean, she was already a single mother before she married her first husband, Dot to Genius, and then when she saw Big Sean coming along, decided, hey, I don't want to be in this marriage to this guy who she was married to for 3 years, because this Big Sean guy looks like he's got more money. And again, she looks like she was running from one black man with money to the next, again, looking for paydays. Again, this woman basically was not a quality woman, but sadly, it just shows the problems with black men as related to the dating scene. Again, a lot of black men, we get caught up in looks, we get caught up in how attractive a woman is, but we don't look and assess that woman's character to see if that woman is a viable person as related to a relationship or being in a relationship with. We don't really take that critical look to look at that woman's background and look at her past behavior. No, all we do is, a lot of us, we get caught up in our feelings. And as we get caught up in our feelings, this is what leads to us getting ourselves jammed up the way Big Sean got himself jammed up. I mean, this man basically wound up wasting 10 years of his life being with a woman who was not marriage material. This woman was not marriage material whatsoever, but he sits there and again gets involved with this woman that basically most of these other men would not deal with. I mean, this woman was a part of the music business, possibly was ran through by a bunch of white guys before she started getting with these black entertainers, and then basically saw these black men as a doormat that she could go out here and wipe her feet on, and possibly was looking to wipe her backside on this guy Big Sean, looking for him to marry her so that she could go out here and file for divorce and get herself a big payday in child support and alimony on her 2 children. But what happened was that Big Sean wasn't looking to wind up marrying anyone whatsoever. No, he wasn't looking to marry anyone whatsoever. And since he wasn't looking to marry anyone whatsoever, this is where this woman, Jana Ako, wound up with egg on her face. Egg on her face because she thought she was going to go out here and get herself one, get herself a payday. But what she got was just played. But the sad part is that Big Sean was like many black men that I talk about as being doormats of the dating scene, because that man, even though he was, again, a very popular musician, was out here making big money, did not understand his role as a man. He didn't understand his role as a man in being a head and a steward, didn't understand his value as a man, that he was out here dealing with women who were far below him. I mean, yeah, your Jana Ako is an entertainer, but she's, again, a single mom. She's, again, been married before and was in a relationship looking to be disloyal. These are things that basically black men, because a lot of them don't have standards, will sit there and give a pass to, not looking at this woman and saying, hey, this woman's values and character are all ratchet, and this woman, yeah, she looked good, but her values and her character are grimy, and because her values and her character are grimy, this is not a woman I want to be involved with. That's what happens when you have self-esteem. You'll sit there and say, hey, yeah, that woman looked good on the outside, but I don't like the way she coming at me sideways. I don't like the way she's operating as a woman, and I don't like the way she's moving out here, because the way she's moving is ethically wrong. So that's what a man would do. He would understand that he has a higher value, and he's looking for a woman of higher character, a woman who will meet standards. But this man basically did not understand what standards were, and he basically, again, wasted 10 years of his life dealing with this female who was not somebody who could be considered for marriage. And what she was thinking that she could go out here and get this guy to marry her, but this guy wasn't even, again, as I see it, smart enough to understand that he was dealing with a woman who wasn't marriage material. No, this was a guy who basically, again, didn't understand how to operate as a man, which is a big problem with a lot of black men in the dating scene. A lot of black men in the dating scene really don't know how to operate, and they think any attention is good attention, and that's possibly what happened here with Big Sean. He thought any attention would be good attention. He thought any attention from a especially exotic looking mixed race woman would be good as related to things, but he wasn't really taking the lead in the relationship, really wasn't taking the lead whatsoever and running that relationship, because what I see was happening here was that this woman, Jana Ako, was running the relationship and hoping that she could eventually get Big Sean to give her a big ring by going out here and doing things like being with him, having his son, and hoping that he would be a part of a tainted and tarnished legacy. That's what she was thinking. She thought she could again run a game on this dude. Again, a dude who basically fits that whole pattern and profile I talk about of black men being a doormat in the dating scene, a last resort, because when it comes to many of these mixed race women, they basically, again, are usually going for white guys or other or non-black guys. And if they go to black men, they go to black men as the last resort. They go to black men as the last resort for relationships because they can't find no other man. And sadly, many black men, because we have no standards whatsoever, we accept whatever comes our way, never questioning that woman's values, never questioning that woman's character, never questioning that woman's past history, never taking that critical look at that woman and saying, hey, do I want that woman to be a reflection of me as my wife? Do I want that woman to be the representative of me when we're out here as a couple? No, black men really don't do this. No, we don't do it at all. And sadly, this is how we get ourselves jammed up, the way Big Sean got himself jammed up, because now he's on the hook for child support for his son, and he would have been on the hook for a whole lot of money for alimony had he gotten involved with this woman, who again already showed a pattern that, again, if she will cheat with you, she will cheat on you. And again, this is what happens because, again, when you're the doormat of the dating scene, women see you as a tool they can get from point A to point B. But the sad part is many black men don't really see how they're being used as a tool. No, many black men out here, we don't see how women want to use us as tools. Again, when they can't get other men in societies to, again, check for them, they start checking for us. and they start checking for us not because they love black men, but they love the idea of possibly getting a payday at our expense. They love the idea of using a black man as a tool to again move themselves forward. And again, many black men, because they are not the sharpest knives or the brightest bulbs, basically put themselves in harm's way, like Big Sean almost did. Again, this is what happens when you don't have a father to teach you how about standards as related to being a man, or having any sort of standards as related to the women that you get involved with. Because a big problem with a lot of black men is because we don't have a bar for standards whatsoever. What happens is we again just get caught up in the attention we're receiving from women, but don't think about the respect these women are not giving us. Again, this woman basically did not respect Big Sean in any way, state or form. No, she didn't respect him whatsoever, but she wanted to come out here and again spin a story, making him look like he was the bad guy for not wanting to marry her, but didn't want to go out here and present the details where she was not marriage material, how she had basically been around the block, had participated in adultery with this dude, and basically showed us all, again, a picture of black men where, again, this woman in any other community would not meet the standards for any sort of relationship outside of a side piece. I mean, most men in other communities out here wouldn't even think about this woman because they would say, hey, that's a single mom already. 1, 2, she's already been married and participated in adultery. So I'm not thinking about bringing her on to be part of my program. No, men with standards would have already saw the game with Jana Ako and basically left her to the streets. That's what men of character would have done. But when you're not a man who understands what it means to be a man, understands your role as a leader, your role as a head and a steward, and takes the lead in your own life, basically you'll sit there with a lemon of a woman for 10 years, thinking about how you have no idea of how to commit to her or even know how to commit to her. This guy says he never wanted to be married, and again, men who are up front basically would let the woman know up front, I'm not interested in no marriage. I'm just here to get the draws and call it a day. And that would have been the end of it. But the whole thing is when you're dealing with, again, men who don't know how to be men, like a lot of black men out here, because they don't have no father in their life. They don't have no men in the community to teach them how to be a man. What happens is you get males who go out here and again, go out here and shack up with women for 10 years, and then you get, after they shack up with that woman for 10 years, they wind up jamming themselves up with child support, wind up in family court, again, messing themselves up. I mean, this is what happens when you don't understand the basics of manhood or the rules of manhood. You go out here and you create situations with women you should not be involved with because, again, if you're a man who's making good money as a musician, doing well like a Big Sean is, you shouldn't even be thinking about women like this. No, you shouldn't be even getting involved with women like this that you have no reason, no interest in committing to or staying with that woman. No, you should be out here handling your business like a man and going out here looking to be with women who are wife material. Now, if you want to learn how to avoid the pitfalls and traps that black men like Big Sean fall in, you can pick up my book, Stop Simping, Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, on Amazon.com. And you can also pick up my book, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single, to learn why women like Jana Ako are not women you get involved with. Both of those books are available on Amazon.com and other online bookstores like Draft the Digital, Google Play, and other online bookstores like Barnes & Noble. And you can also, again, find all those books at all other online bookstores all over the world. And if you want to see me take more celebrities to the barbecue, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, All About Nikki, A Fabulous First Season.
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air meets Clueless in this absolutely fabulous African-American 1990s teen sitcom. Get all 13 episodes of All About Nikki, the fabulous first season, in paperback and e-readers today. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.